Hey y'all. I hope you guys can hear me. This is our first show back since we've been on hiatus. Let me know if you can hear me out there, okay? And turn this music down a little bit. Good morning. Hope everything is going well with you guys this morning. Is that better? We've been gone for a while, huh? Finally got things back together. I miss you guys. We're not going to be on here long today, but we do have some things that we want to talk about for a minute. Okay? Forgive me for the pause, y'all. Just give me a moment. Still have to get this thing set up. So, how's everybody doing this morning? We're having a blessed day. It's a blessed day. It's a blessed day, right? It's a blessed day. And we're going to be glad and rejoice in it. This is the Hush Room Quiet Time Podcast. I'm your host, TG. GG chilling in the 702, if you know what I mean. On this perfect, beautiful Monday morning. Monday before Thanksgiving for some of us that do celebrate that holiday. I'm thankful every day, okay? So, I've been gone for a while, guys. Life has been lifing, okay? Sometimes we have to take a break and let God do what He's going to do with us, you know? Don't understand? Stop trying to understand because we can't figure out God's ways sometimes. We just have to go with it and lean on our faith, right? But we're back. I was going to have my co-host with me today, but I just thought that today that I would just go dolo solo. How about that? So we can have some real conversations and talk about some things. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long with you guys. But I do have a few little topics that we want to talk about and get some understanding. Okay? But I'm here. We're probably going to be jumping all around in the conversation this morning. Excuse me. Okay. So you guys know, those of you that have been following me from the beginning, you know my story. You know what my motivation is. And I've never proclaimed to be this sports savant or know everything or have all the numbers and names. But I do love sports, not just basketball. I love all kind of sports. And I'm from an era that sports was a way out for most people, not just African Americans, but for most people, sports was the way out of, for say, the hood or your circumstance or to go to the next level in your career or your life or your calling. Um, Sports was that avenue. You know, I grew up in the era of the Dr. J's, the Michael Jordans, the Vlade Divas, and Kareem and Tim Duncan. And not only were they great on the court, their lives off the court had an influence on our society. We can say what we want. They were no good, or the skills are better today. We'll get into that later, but um, as far as our society is concerned, um, our athletes, they weren't politicians. Let's just put it like that. Um, but they did live their life in such a way that it had an influence on our society. Some of these players we watched grow up from straight out of high school, not to say that they were perfect, not to say that they lived a perfect life or had a perfect game, or but it was about the impact, not just on the court, but off the court. So we do talk a lot about sports, but we use sports as an analogy, as an avenue to show me and you and all of us that are listening how far our society has come or digress. And we must speak the truth at all times. And like I said, I'm not a savant. I have played sports. I played basketball. I was a cheerleader, did track. All those extracurricular things that were going on during high school and junior college. We did have those experiences. And I still remember the fundamentals of basketball. I still remember the fundamentals and, you know, the sacrifices one had to make to get to where they wanted to go. And ultimately, the goal was to be a champion. You know, we wasn't getting paid. You don't get paid to play ball in high school. You do it because you love it or you like it and you're good at it and you have talent and you want the world to see your talent. And if that talent is what God's going to use to get you to the next level, then you master that craft. That's just like if you're a doctor and you never took any higher education, you're just going to go and do what your brain tells you to do. Okay, that might work. I'm not saying it won't work, but 9 times out of 10, most patients want to know that you've been certified. Okay, you passed some tests. So, same thing, same concept with sport. There's such an uproar right now in our sports industry, in our community, because the product and the proclamation don't coincide. And that's just the truth, you guys. That's like if you tell me I'm gonna sell you a Cadillac and I get to the dealership and all you got, not saying anything is wrong with Toyotas, but you had your mindset on a Cadillac. And you're gonna try to tell me that this is a Cadillac when I can see that it's a Toyota. It even has a Toyota symbol on it. And you want to tell me it's a Cadillac? That those two don't go together. So here in 2024, we have people saying that we are living in the most skilled, most athletic, most educated, um, phenomenal era of the sports industry. It don't match what we see coming across our screen. Now we can get online and we can debate about who was better, what era was better. But we've been doing that for now, what, 15 years? Trying to defend our forefathers, per se, if you would, the legends. You know, I don't see anybody else doing that. You're going to devalue the people that open the door for this kind of profit. So let's talk about some things this morning, okay? And the first thing I want to talk about is I want to thank you guys. We're growing. We're growing. And if you go to the channel, if you go to the Hush Room channel, you'll see that we don't just talk about sports. We talk about everything that has an impact, that has an impact on me and then also has an impact on our society. So I want to thank you guys for joining the Hush Room. We're up to 300 subscribers and we had almost a quarter of a million views. Come on now. Come on now. We've been doing our thing. Even though we haven't been online, we still are making progress, okay? We're moving silently behind the scenes. Everybody's looking for that 15 minutes of fame, and I got to get on the internet and show them I know what I'm talking about. You know, excuse me. We're not doing that. We're not into that fake, ego building facade, because there's millions of people on this internet, millions of people. And I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I'm just trying to stay in Gigi's lane, okay? So I like to thank you guys for all the views, for all the new subscribers, those that have been with me from day one. You guys know I just started this. I actually started in July of last year, of this year. Yeah, July of this year. We just started the Hush Room, and we're moving forward. And I just wanted to take time and let you guys know I love you. Keep your eye out for the community tab. Follow me on my Instagram. All of that information is pinned in the description box if you want to donate to the channel so we can maybe upgrade on this microphone. um, all my information is in the description box, okay? But thank you guys so much. I love you. Alrighty, so let's just move on to the next topic. All right. So we're going to talk about some sports for a minute. Let's start with the NBA standings. Looks like we are, 18 games in, 17 games in for some. And we got some standings as of today. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. As you know, the Cavaliers is number one. They're 17-1. They're not getting any shine on the mainstream media at all. No shine. When's the last time we seen the Cavaliers as number one? We're talking about Cleveland, okay? Cleveland. When's the last time Cleveland's been number one in their conference? So they're doing big things over there with what's his name, Donovan Mitchell, and the young man Garland, who had all of those like back-to-back things going on in his life. Now he's back. Okay, so the Cavaliers is number one with 17-1. Let's see how far they're gonna go. I'm hoping that they can keep this thing rolling because right now they've only lost one game, and that's to the champions, Boston, who was number two. Jason Tatum has a chip on his shoulder. He went over there, and they didn't play him in the Olympics. They disrespected the young man. He is the champion, whether y'all like it or not. You can say he ain't this and he's not that, but he is a champion. So you got to respect it. It's not one of those ball rings, They went through some grind to get there. Even though they did have people who will speculate and say they had an easy way to the championship. But you know what? What can they say? I don't think Jason has anything to do with the scheduling. Or Jalen has anything to do with the scheduling. I don't see that in their job description. So, We have to respect Boston. And then, like I said, Boston is at number two with 14-3. The Orlando Magic is number three in the Eastern Conference. Come on, Magic. Hmm. Come on, Magic. They've made drastic changes since what the last couple of years. Even though Paulo, I can't say his last name, even though he's out hurt, they're still winning. As a matter of fact, they just beat the Lakers. We're not gonna talk about that right now. We'll talk about that a little later. And at number four, we have the Knicks. They're 9-7 with the win from yesterday from the Heat. Um, they pushed them up to number five. They're 7-7, and the Bucks are number six at 8-9. Bucks need one more win to get in that 500 realm, and it may put them back at number five. But the Bucks is doing something great, you guys. If I'm not mistaken, they just came from the bottom of the Eastern Conference. They were down there with the Sixers, okay? But now they're at number five. Congratulations to Doc. Keep doing your thing. We have the Hawks at number seven with 7-10. The Nets at number eight with 7-10, and the Pacers at number nine with 7-10. They all their numbers are the same except for looks like the conference numbers is what they're going by. They all have the same numbers. They're at 412.412, and the conference numbers is what's separating them. Okay, and then we have the Bulls with 7-11. They're at number 10. That cuts off for the play-in on the Eastern Conference. So 7 through 10 will have to play to get into the playoffs. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the 76ers, you guys. They're 3-13. They're having problems with Embiid. People leaking out stuff about their team meetings, and it's just a whole lot of off-court drama going on. Mr. Nick Nurse, if I'm not mistaken, is their coach, and I don't know what he's thinking. I don't see him frustrated or anything. It looks like he's just, going along with the party. So if he's happy, I'm happy for him, if that's what their plan is for this year. But it sure is suspect how you can be the MVP one year and then almost at the bottom. As Drake says, started from the bottom, now I'm here. Yeah, you almost at the bottom, partner, Mr. MVP. Mr. Want to be in the GOAT conversation? We got to do something about that. 3-13? Come on now, Mr. MVP. No. Okay, so let's go over to the Western Conference. And as we all know, the West is stacked. You got fire from number one all the way down to number 12. You got fire. So right now we have the Warriors at number one. Steph Curry. He's number one with 12-4. And the Thunder is number two. They are 12-4. Looks like the only thing separating them is their conference numbers. The Warriors is 9-3 on the conference, and the Thunder is 9-4 on the conference game. So that's the only thing that's separating those two teams. But their numbers are the same. And then we have the Rockets. The Rockets over in Houston doing their thing. When's the last time we had the Rockets at number 3? I can't remember. What is it? Maybe back in the Harden days? But the coach and Jalen, and if they can keep what's his name, Dylan, if they can keep him under wraps, they might get somewhere this year. They might get somewhere. Okay. You guys make sure you like, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We're just having regular conversation about life. and some of our entertainment things that we watch as far as basketball, football. We don't fight over here because the truth is the truth, and the Bible says the truth will set you free. So let's stay in that lane. So we have the Lakers at number 4 with 10-6. We're going to talk about the Lakers a little bit later. We have the Clippers at number 5, and the Clippers have a game tonight with Boston. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But if they win, the Clippers may take the Lakers out of that 4th spot with another win because all they need is 14 points. Yeah, and then the Nuggets are at number 6 with 9-6. Okay, 7 is Grizzlies, 8 is the Suns, 9 are the Mavericks, and 10 are the Spurs. Is the Spurs. The Timberwolves, they need one more win, and I don't know. It would be either the Spurs or the Mavericks that will drop down. But we'll see what happens, okay? So those are the standings for the East and the West. I did hear some rumors last week that they're talking about reformatting the league and taking the Eastern and the Western out of the league. What is it? I don't know how they would do that. I haven't seen any proposed format. So what it would be just one league with no East, no West, and everybody, all 30 teams are going to be scrapping for their top 10. That's with the play-in teams. Is that the way they're talking about doing it? You guys know? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we can do some research about that. Okay, but right now, that's what we're looking at as far as the standings. Okay. Next thing we want to look at, let's check in on our rookies this year. Okay, let's see what our rookies are doing. We're almost 20 games into the year, into the season, and let's see where our rookies are ranking. We had Edie to come in. He went to the Grizzlies. We had Dr. Kadek. He's a rookie. This young man Sar. So Bronny James is a rookie. So let's just see what the standings are as of Tuesday, November the 19th. Looks like, what's his name? Jared McCain? From the 76ers is at the top of the rookie list. He's averaging 15.2 points. He was drafted at number 16. Over the past week, this is from November 19th. This is where these numbers are coming from. That week, he was averaging 27.7 points per game and a 50.8 field goal percentage. He was taking 19 shots, and of those 19 shots, 10 of those were from the arc. Okay, so they have him as number 1 as of Tuesday. I haven't seen the new report to come out. Maybe it'll come out because it'll be a week tomorrow. So we'll see if the list changes. At number 2, they have Jalen Wells from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's coming in at 11.5 points per game. So, and they don't have too much as far as information about his numbers. They don't have a lot of information about his numbers, but they do have him ranked as number 2. So it looks like what they're doing is they're ranking him by their production. Okay, number three, we have Mr. Dalton Connect from what? From Tennessee. He's on the Lakers. He's coming in with his for up to the 19th. He was averaging 11.2 points per game, and he was a 17th pick. You know, Dalton Connect, like I said, he's out of Tennessee. He does have game. He does have game, and it does need to be worked. He does need to work on his game, but he's got shot. He's got form. His feet are moving. Um, the IQ go up a little bit as he learns the NBA, learns the Lakers system, learns the plays. Um, I believe he'll be an asset to the Lakers. I really do. If they don't trade him, that's the thing about it. The Lakers, they do a lot of trading, and they've traded off some good pieces, like Scottie Pippen Jr. Okay. Number four, we have, I believe his name is Riss. He plays on the Hawks. Zachariah. He went to the Atlanta Hawks. He's number four. Looks like he's averaging 10 points per game. No, 11 points per game also. And he was the number one pick? Oh my God. Okay. Atlanta, what are we doing? What are we doing? He's a shooter. Looks like he made 6 of 10 3-pointers in the last game on the which was before this report was given. So he's a shooter. He's a shooter. And he's a rookie, so he's gotta learn. He's gotta learn that system. And I don't believe there's been any other reports on him. Okay, number five, we have who? From the Memphis Grizzlies, Mr. Zach Edey. Mr. Edey's, he's also in the 11.1 season stats. He was picked as number 9 in the draft last year with Memphis. Right now, Memphis, one of their star players, Ja, is hurt, so but they're still holding it down. They're still trying to keep their team in the running. They're at number 7 with 10-7. So we were just going to talk about the top 5. Who is this? Donovan Clingan. He plays for the Trailblazers. He's the number 7 pick. He's only averaging 5 points a game. Sar. He went to the Washington Wizards over there with Jordan Poole. I call him Richard Pryor. But Sar is averaging 9.8 points per game, and he was the number 2 pick. So that's just to give you a little information about what our rookies are doing this year. I think the one that has really made an impact that I'm seeing is Mr. Dalton Connect and that young man on the 76ers. They've had some breakout nights. You know, Dalton Connect just scored 37 points in the game before the Magic. So we'll see what Mr. JJ Redick does with him. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's move on to our next topic. Alrighty. Hot topics. The gossip of the industry. Everybody like to talk about the gossip of the industry, don't they? He said, she said, what they did, and who they was with, and Oh my God. Mm, that's what's taking up all the energy right now. Everybody got something to say about what everybody's doing. So let's talk about Denver Nuggets star Nicole Jokic. Okay, Nikola Jokic, they trying to find him for what he said to the referee. That's what that article is about over on your left side of your screen. They're trying to find him for what he said to the referee in the Dallas game. Sure, it's funny. They play the Lakers, and then all of a sudden they want to find him for a game before the Lakers. What is that all about? What is this, a retroactive punishment or something? Oh my God. What is Adam Silver doing? I don't understand it. So Nicole, I'm gonna call him the Denver Star. His season stats right now. He's averaging 26.5 points per game. He's in the MVP conversation for this year. And I already hear people talking about we can't let him. What is this? I thought MVP stood for most valuable player. Hmm. So if the most valuable player happened to be the same person, like Jordan was the MVP for how many seasons? Come on now. Don't do this. Don't do that. Get him his flowers. But I did want to talk about that because I looked at the film, highlights and whatever you want to, but I looked at the film. We've had people to do worse things to the referees than what he did. All he did was talk to the referee. He didn't put his hands on him like Fred VanVleet. He touched the referee and poked him in the head, didn't he? But you're gonna make a hit piece about Nicola. Okay, all right. Go on, NBA. Do your thing. I just don't think it's fair. Okay. And the Milwaukee Bucks. We already talked about them. But the Milwaukee Bucks, I have been on another podcast discussing the Bucks because they were really bothering me. Shout out to Old Head Podcast. Had been on his podcast and we were talking about the Bucks in their situation. And I was not understanding why the Bucks from last year to this year, it's like they fell off a cliff or something. And I wasn't understanding because it's not like Doc just walked into the office at the beginning of this season and said, "Okay, you're the coach." He came in the middle of the season after they fired what's his name, Griffith. After they fired him, so it's not like this is a new situation. So I don't know what they found. They found a secret sauce or what, but somebody has come alive. um, and now Giannis is in the MVP conversation, in the top five MVP conversation. So I do want to give Doc his flowers and Giannis. A lot of people say Giannis was the reason why they got Dame, and Giannis is the reason for this, and Giannis ain't got no game. All he do is dunk. But you know what? We ain't got nothing to say about what they doing over there other than they need to get the recipe together. Okay? If you don't want to be there, I don't understand this. You're going to take a contract to be at a team that you don't want to play at, and then you're going to play like poo-poo. That's not how grown folks act. If you don't want to be there, go where you want to be. You're a millionaire. Okay? But you can't miss $10, huh? That's what the problem is. You got to get $30. and they had the best option. Huh? So play like you care about your craft until you can get to where you want to be. Sorry, y'all, but that's the truth. You're getting paid millions of dollars and you don't know how to defend. But that's one thing about the NBA. We don't have no defense in the league anymore. Everybody want to shoot. Everybody want to dunk. But don't nobody want to guard. Don't nobody want to play defense anymore. Half the team standing on the other end while you got 4-on-3 kind of situation. Huh? This is professional. This is professional basketball we're talking about. People getting paid millions of dollars and don't play any defense, which is part of the game. Unless they're gonna, erase that too. Might as well. That's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that on another video. Also, Mr. Shea Gillius Alexander is in the MVP conversation at number 3. His season stats so far, he's averaging 30.3 points per game. It's unfortunate what happened to Chet. Unfortunately, he fell and it didn't look good. So he's going to be out for a while. Even if he comes back, it's probably going to be closer to the end of the season because, he broke something, didn't he? In that hip. So we hope he get well soon, take his rest, and keep his body in shape. Also in the MVP conversation is Giannis. He's at number 4. At 30 points, he's averaging 30.7 points per game. He got him a triple double with 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. When they in the game playing the Wizards. He got 15 of 21 shots. He had 21 shots and he made 15, putting him at a 37% field goal percentage. Okay. Also, we have in the MVP conversation is Mr. Jason Tatum. Mr. Jason Tatum is averaging 27.2 points per game. And the Boston Celtics, like I said earlier, are number 2 at 14-3. One thing I like about what happened with the Cavaliers game, Jason said, not in my house. Not in my house. We don't see that a lot. We see everybody got these special handshakes and dapping each other up, but we don't have no real competition. Everybody just want to get along, and get their stat, and get their bag. So I'm looking at Mr. Tatum, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder this year. We're gonna see how far that's gonna take the Boston Celtics. They do, and the rumors are they do stand a chance of repeating. We haven't had too many teams in the last. When's the last time we had a repeat? We definitely had no three-peat in umpteen years. Okay, so. Have we had a team to win 2 championships back to back in the last 10 years? And y'all want to talk about who's better? Come on now, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. This is a better era. This is a dominating era. Okay. Take your medication. So the next thing we want to talk about Yeah, just some random news that we have, which includes football. Did y'all know that Lamar Jackson is the highest paid quarterback in the league? He sent his mama to do his negotiations, and he got $260 million contract. Huh? Dak got what? 206, or was it 204? Mr. Lamar Jackson is the highest paid quarterback in the league, y'all. Because his mama went and got his money. He sent his mama to do the negotiations, and she came back with a $260 million contract for her baby. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Congratulations, Mr. Jackson. Do your thing. Do your thing. They tried to blackball you and say you was this and say you was that. Get your money, man. And Mike, you should say, show me the money. Okay? Congratulations to you and your mother. So Mr. Zion Williamson has a hamstring strain. Okay? And he's on the sideline. He's going to be out for an extended period of time per Shams. They're saying it's going to be at least 4 to 6 weeks. 4 weeks from now is the end of December. 6 weeks, it would be the January, about the middle of January. Oh my God. And Zion has only played 17 games this year. Well, last year. I'm sorry. No, he played 6 of 17 games this year. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't see that 6. So he's only played 6 games this year since the beginning of the season. He's only played 6 games, and he's going to be sidelined for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So we won't see him until January. There's a video out now of him getting a tattoo on it. What is it? On his back, and people are complaining about it. And then Zion is saying that the video is from last year. We don't know what's going on with Zion. I don't know what the Pelicans are thinking they're going to do with him. He hasn't played in a few years, so that's a big decision they need to make. He can't go anywhere, I guess, until his contract. He gets to that part of his contract where he can be released. So I don't understand. It's just the more you play, the more you can sustain yourself. Laying around and resting is good. Yes, we got to get our sleep. And we got to eat right. And we got to exercise. But you got to play to stay. Your body's got to. You wonder why people were so hard in practice? Because practice gets you ready for the actual live game. That's my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody let me know. But practice gets you ready for the live game. So when Jordan and Kobe and all of the other greats and Tim and all of them were in practice and they were, using foul language, popping you in your chest, you ready for that when you get in the live games. The lights don't stun you. You ready for that. You didn't experience that. You prepared for that. But nowadays, everybody's sitting around playing 2K24, whatever that game is they're playing, and then they want to go play ball. You ain't built your muscles, you ain't sustained yourself, you eating Wagyu and McDonald's, and you at Starbucks and Five Guys. And then you get hurt. I was doing some research and I was wondering why we still got 60 more games to go, y'all. and we got some of our main stars already out. So I was just, that was baffling me. Why are these athletes experiencing so many injuries in their lower extremities, like the legs and the calves and the ankles and tendons and hamstrings and things like that? And according to what I found on the internet, it's from being strained. It's like you haven't been working out. Then all of a sudden you're gonna start working out. So you got to condition that muscle all over again. You ain't did no conditioning. Those muscles are weak. So when you get in that square, that box, when you get in the box, you're taking a chance because you're not ready. When did the league, what you tell me from history, when did the league have to put a clause in the contract for you to keep yourself in shape and to be a certain way? Oh my God. Mm-mm. And you can pay millions of dollars. If you can't keep yourself in shape to keep getting paid millions of dollars, no. That's fool's gold. But we'll talk about that in another video. Okay, retiring. Mr. Rodney Hood from Mississippi State has announced that he's going to retire. He's been out since 2022. He did play on the G League, Memphis Grizzlies G League team for a while, called the Memphis Hustle. But he says, no, I'm out of here. You dropping the mic on us. Well, we thank you, Mr. Hood, for your contribution to the game and to the culture. Time to enjoy yourself, huh? I don't blame you. Alrighty. We're coming down to a very serious topic. Y'all know I've always said I'm a Lakers fan. Been a fan since the Bloody Divas days. Magic, Kareem. And I've watched the transition of the franchise. And what it is now and where it came from, I don't know who approved this memo. We didn't get the memo that we were just going to just start doing anything and everything. When did that become cool? Somebody let me know. I didn't get the memo. Forward the memo from the Lakers that we was just going to do anything. We're going to be the clown of the league. We're not going to be the elite, prestigious league that we used to be. You know? We're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to be the clown show. So, Lakers. I don't even know where to start, you guys. One thing I did want to say, Bronny is out. He's got a bruised heel, right ankle injury. There's no timetable for his return. There looks like they're evaluating him on a daily basis. And just to be honest with you, he's sitting on the sidelines with the cutie pie. And I'm not saying he shouldn't have his personal life. He had a personal life before he joined the Lakers. But with everything that's going on in the streets around the Lakers, they got pictures of you on the sideline with the cutie pie, honey. You done start playing basketball? So he's out. And like I said, he's going to be evaluated on a game-to-game. I guess the report said day-to-day basis. So we'll see when he's coming back. But It looked like he had nothing wrong with his foot yesterday, but you didn't hear that from me. Okay? And then let's talk about this Denver situation. What is going on with the Lakers and Denver? Hmm, what is that all about? I was waiting. Um, I said I was going to wait 20 games into the season before I make any evaluation. But Saturday, when the Lakers played Denver, hmm yeah, you got sun. And that's just the truth. You got sun. What is it? We have lost, the Lakers has lost, what, 13 of the last 14 meetings? Or is it 12 or 13? Let me see. No, it was 12. Yeah, 13 of the last 14. That makes no sense. That's like you keep going to somebody's house and getting slapped, or they keep coming to your house and slapping you. What? On your own court? You gonna let this happen? Huh? How embarrassing is that? And then in the third quarter, y'all act like y'all went to sleep. What happened? At halftime, allegedly, y'all don't practice, Lakers. What the problem is? How come y'all don't practice? Everybody got a court at their house. I know that. You got millions of dollars, so I know you got a built-in home court. Don't you don't practice at home? You don't have no shoot-arounds at the house while you eating your Big Macs, slapping on your shakes, huh? What the problem is? Grown men getting paid millions of dollars, but you don't practice. Then you come out after halftime acting like you don't went to sleep. How they gonna score 50 points and you only scored 17 in the second half of the game? That makes no sense to me. Can you count? Huh? I'm sorry. You don't like it. I don't like it either. Huh? And then you got Russell Westbrook, who I'm glad he was being redeemed. He comes in your house that you scapegoated him in, that you ran him out of, and then he doing the windmill on you. What is that all about? Shooting threes, talking to the fans on the sideline. He's stunning you in your own house that you ran him out of. How about that? Hmm? Who you gonna blame it on? Who fault was it? Who fault was it? Actually, it's 12 out of 13, y'all. I'm sorry about the games, but it says the Nuggets have won 12 of the past 13 matchups. Let me get them numbers right because I don't want to put no misinformation out there. People already fighting on the internet. Okay? So Gigi don't want to be in none of those fights about putting out any misinformation. And this is according to ESPN. I didn't make the numbers. ESPN compiled these numbers, okay? But you still got some. I don't care if you got them from the Yabba Dabba Doo website. You've been spanked 12 times out of the 13 times that you played this team, and then you want to say that you got an irritation or a second coming of Pat Riley on the sideline? Boy, if you don't take your medication. Huh? Somebody done told you wrong. You got Ice Cube on the internet, on the podcast, saying that Mr. Bryant can come try out for the big three and see if he make it. He said he ain't giving away nothing. What is that about? Huh? You gonna play 6 months in the NBA, then you trying to get out? What? No. Clown show. Got these people all upset, talking about they want to come over to somebody's house because you losing. And we pointing out the truth. Now you want to come over to my house. What you gonna do at my house? I ain't got no room for you. What are we doing, Lakers? Are we winning a championship or is this a reality show? Huh? The real poo-poo of the NBA. Like they got the real housewives. We got the real poo-poo of the NBA. And you want us to pay to watch that and you say it's entertaining. You said that the numbers are down. You know who I'm talking to. You said that the numbers are down because of the election. You mean to tell me that the NBA can't compete with the election? What is your problem? And we're supposed to believe that. Huh? You can't compete with the MLB. You can't compete with the WWE. Your numbers are down because of somebody else. No, your numbers are down because of you. You done took the product and turned it into a laughing stock. I wish I would believe that. We ain't got time to be talking about that because I can go hours talking about that. You gonna tell us your numbers is down because of somebody else? Deflection. You wonder why our society has a PhD in deflection? Because everybody's doing it. Nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to take. Ain't nobody coming to see you or watch you, Otis. How about that? Adam Silver, and this is Adam Silver, and these are the teams at the NBA that nobody wants to watch. I wish I would. You gonna blame it on somebody else. The election ain't got nothing to do with your falling numbers. The election went on even regardless to you. The product is bad. Somebody want to watch that? YMCA, village people kind of situation. You want to call that hate? No, that ain't hate. You want me to pay you to watch something that I don't want to watch. I wish I would. Take your medication. Okay? Let's move on. The Lakers in a bad situation, y'all. A very bad situation. And I don't know if our goal this year is to win a championship or if it's a ring around the roses, yabba dabba do kind of situation. Look like it's a yabba dabba do kind of situation. They ain't worried about it. They don't even get the league don't even care about the fans anymore. This ain't Burger King. You can have it your way. You want to get paid, but you don't want to play. You got all these other agendas. Do your agenda, but don't call it basketball. It's not basketball. Too much estrogen in the mix for me. And I'm not even and I'm not talking about the WNBA yet. Okay? Alrighty, let's move on.
This is a new era of college basketball, so let's celebrate it and its players.
That was nasty.
This is the Players Era Festival.
We have some fantastic matchups on tap.
This is a new era of college basketball, so let's celebrate it.
So, college basketball. I just wanted to, let you guys know that the Player Era Tournament. I don't know why they got all these tournaments going on, but the Players Era Tournament here in Las Vegas is going to start this weekend. It's in association with the NIL. Okay. It's going to be at the MGM Grand. It's going to start tomorrow. Okay. And then they have the championship game on November 30th. Because the NBA, the professional league, is so out of sorts, we got to watch college basketball, you guys, to really get the essence of the game. To be in it, are you entertained? Yes, college basketball. Okay, so I just wanted to make that little announcement. You guys gonna be in Vegas? They got a basketball tournament going on. You go see some real players. Okay. And these players are what you're probably going to see coming up in the draft. Okay, so get to know them now. All right. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got because my time is about up. What else we got going on? Oh, the WNBA. Ladies, what's going on with the WNBA? So, looks like for the draft, Miss Page coming out of UConn is going to be going to Dallas. What y'all think about that? She's she's projected to be the number one pick for Dallas. She's averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists right now. So it looks like Dallas will get that number one pick. Dallas Wings will get that number one pick, and Paige will be there with them. Okay. Also, there's a new league coming up. It's called Unrivaled. It's a professional women's league. And Caitlin was asked to join. It's kind of like the Big Three with Ice Cube, where it's 3-on-3. It's the same concept, but it's females. And it's a professional league. It's going to be featured on ESPN. So, and Caitlin Clark was asked to join. And she said, I don't think so. She knows what's best for her and her family and her career. So, but I did want to put that out there. Unrivaled, UNRIVALED. It's a 3-on-3 professional women's basketball league. It's founded by Napisha Collier and Brianna Stewart. It's going to feature 6 teams with 6 players on each team. And they're going to have their inaugural season starting in January in Miami. So we got other people doing other things, giving us the option as far as sports are concerned, right? So you guys check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to be checking it out because I gotta have other options. NBA is falling. It's crumbling. It's crumbling. And I already got a headache about this situation. Okay? What we got next? Happy holidays. Happy holidays, you guys. I don't know if you guys are cooking. I'm from the country and we do everything from scratch. We don't do that box stuffing and stuff out the can. We do all natural, homemade. We call it dressing in Mississippi. Stuffing. It ain't got no what I thought the stuffing that had olives in it. Oh my God! Why you put olives in your stuffing for? Huh? The potato salad ain't got no raisins in it. I'm sorry. Nor does the pasta salad. I'm sorry. Okay, I hope you guys are getting ready for the holidays. And one thing I was talking to one of my friends about, there's a myth that not to bring down the vibe, but there's a myth that, people tend to get depressed and suicidal during the holidays. They say it's the myth because the numbers show that suicide rate is higher in the summer as opposed to the holidays. But I just want to encourage everyone, call your family, check on your family. Make sure everybody's good. I'm not telling you, to be nobody's babysitter, but just as long as your conscience is clean about what your relationship with your associates, your family, your children, whoever it may be, let it be that, okay? Just check on some folks, because we don't want that to be as far as people being depressed. We don't want that. Your family, if you're not talking to them, that's between you and them. But make sure your conscience is clear, and you can be thankful. Okay, that's just a little gem. Okay, Mr. Saquon Barkley from the Eagles. What are you doing out there on the football field, young man? 255 yards. Huh? He was running up and down the field. Couldn't nobody stop him. 255 yards. 2 touchdowns. And he had the crowd chanting MVP while he was running up and down the field. It was a good game. I watched most of it. I was in the middle of doing my research and trying to get some numbers and things together. But he did. He had a really good game. You know, even some of the Rams players were like, he different. Okay, that's what they said about Mike and Kobe and Vince Carter. They different. Rams started out nice. I like their new stadium, the SoFi Center. The SoFi Stadium is cool. Sean, you gotta do something now. You got beat by 17 points. You don't want to do that, okay? But you couldn't stop Mr. Barkley yesterday. You let your man get 255 points in your 55 yards in your house. Oh my God! Come on now, you gotta do that. Okay, here's some last minute stuff that came across my timeline this morning. What's his name? Porzingis? Porzingis? He used to play for the Clippers, right? He's been out for since June of last year. He's scheduled to make his season debut tonight against the Clippers. Oh, so didn't he used to play for the Clippers, right? Number 5. He was number 5. So he's supposed to make his debut tonight. Clippers are doing pretty good. They're 11-7. They ride up under the Lakers. But yeah, Mr. Porzingis, he's coming. He's supposed to be playing tonight. So you guys might want to check that out and see how he does, because this will be his first game back since he was hurt in June. We know he do got a little shot. He do got shot. He got game. He does make a difference when he's in the game and he's healthy. He's averaged 20.1 points. Let me see what his rebounds are looking like. 7.2 rebounds. In the playoffs, he's averaged about 12.3 points. So, look, I don't know if I'm going to watch that game or not, but I do want to see what Boston is going to do with the Clippers on a road game. Not just the Clippers, but they're on a road game. They've been doing pretty good. They have had some losses, but I just want to see how they're going to act in LA. I mean, yeah. I think we've discussed everything that I wanted to talk about today. If I'm not mistaken. We discussed everything that I wanted to talk about. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with me and all the views. And I had a couple of people to DM me because they were listening to some podcasts that I was the guest on. I haven't done any lives on the Hush Room since August. This is the first one back since August. But I have been appearing on other podcasts, just giving my opinion. And it was suggested that I just kind of, stay at the hat. Um, and I just want to shout out that I read your DMs, I took your suggestions, and I'm going to pray about it. Some of the reasons you said that I should not be appearing on other people's podcasts was the respect level. And you know what? I'm not fighting over it. Respect. You either got it or you don't. I haven't done anything to like disrespect anyone. I stay in my lane. I don't, like I said, I don't profess to be a savant of sports, but I do know what I'm looking at, and it doesn't affect the sports industry. Those people that are misbehaving in the sports industry drive down our streets every day, and that aura, that karma follows them. It's just like Jonah. I know you, not to get spiritual, but the boat was going down because Jonah was on the boat. Okay, I don't want to be on the boat with Jonah. Your thing is sinking. I'm not going to sink with you, and I'm not going to say it's okay for the boat to be sinking if you are the cause of the boat to be sinking. Okay? Mm-mm. You can say what you want to, but the truth is the truth. Wrong is wrong and right is right. There's a way to do everything and anything. Okay? They used to say there's more ways to skin a cat than one. Okay. There's more ways to do things than one way, but at least your way needs to have some standards and morals about yourself. You do anything, say anything, expect everything, and don't want to do nothing. What they do that? That's entitlement. That's elitism. Just because you got billions of dollars, you supposed to be better than the next person? Oh. So what you doing? You buying your respect. When that money run out, see how many of those same folks that gave you that respect is going to come to your rescue. How about that? How about that? No. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over that hasn't worked and expect to get different results. That's the definition of, you know what I'm talking about. You do the same thing over and over. And you expect to get a different result. But you're using the same tools, the same connections, the same strategy. You know? You haven't changed anything. Makes no sense to me. How do you expect that to work? I think that's all that I had for you guys this morning. All my information, like I said, is in the description box. On the tickers at the bottom, scrolling across the bottom. If you guys have any suggestions, questions, we do have connections to other resources. We want to be, I don't know, it's kind of like a gumbo situation, you know. We want to have conversations, but we also want to have a space where people can reach out for different resources. You know, like if you need advice on economical things, we have connections to people that can give you that advice, that can show you how to set up your portfolio, your retirement, all of that. We sacrifice now for tomorrow. That's what I was told when I was working. You know, I'm working now, so when I can't work or don't want to work, I don't have to. I ain't got to worry about what's going on Pennsylvania Avenue because I've already set up something in place that's gonna take care of me, even if Pennsylvania Avenue don't take care of me. If you know what I mean. Okay? So we do have resources. We do have access to people that can advise and give you examples and information that you need concerning socioeconomic issues like life insurance and retirement and home insurance and real estate. Um, if you need some, if you're into music and you need someone to maybe help you produce your music or give you some suggestions, we have people in place that we can contact. And if they have the time and the resources, you know, they can lead and guide. We lost that in our society. We don't have no more mentors. We don't have that no more. Everybody's doing what they want to do, saying what they want to say. You ain't got no book and badge. You ain't got no experience in this. You can't tell me nothing. Okay, I'm just trying to help you out. How about that? I was helping you out. They ain't putting no money in my pocket. Huh? Doing it from the kindness of what? One's heart. Okay? So we're going to try to be back next Monday. Thanksgiving is Thursday. And then they got shopping on the weekend. So on Monday, the internet is going to be on fire because you know now they started that Monday shopping. I don't think they're calling it like a Black Friday situation, but it's kind of like that, but it's online. So, excuse me. We're going to use Adam Silver's excuse. We can't compete with the shopping on Monday. But hopefully we'll be back on Monday. If not, it's the holidays, you guys. Just look at the community tab. I'm always putting out, advertisements when I'm going to be online. You got my email, my YouTube page at GG Chilling. All that information is in the description box. DM me. I do read the comments. I do read the messages. I may not respond. I might just say, do a thumbs up or something. But I am looking. I am reading. And if you have something that you need to send to me and you want it to be on a personal note, send it to my email, okay? Suggestions for topics. We don't just talk about basketball. We don't just talk about football. I like me some MMA. Did y'all see the Tyson fight? It was on Netflix. 60 million people watched that fight. So we talk about boxing too. I don't know all the statistics and the numbers. I'm learning. Let me say that again. I'm learning. But I do remember what my eyes saw. I do remember the fundamentals of, whether it be basketball or football, wrestling. I do know the fundamentals, and I know what my eyes see. And I'm doing my research. I'm reading. I'm looking. As a matter of fact, that collective bargaining agreement. Oh my God, it's almost 700 pages. I'm down to Article 5 with the rules and what they're supposed to do and what they receive and all the incentives. There's no reason for what we're seeing. There's no reason. There's no excuse. They have access to everything that is needed to be successful. It's a personal choice. How about that? So I love you guys. I love you dearly. And don't think I'm getting paid, okay? I ain't getting paid. I ain't doing this for money. I'm doing this because I just started experimenting, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So on our next episode, we should have some guests and people to call in. I didn't even send out an invite because I wanted the first show to be just you and I, looking at some numbers, looking at some narratives, getting reconnected again. Thanking you guys for all the support, all the messages, all the, you know, if it ain't nothing but a heart on one of my posts. Oh, I just thank you guys for that. That little old me over here in Vegas, right over here by the Circa. The Circa. That is owned by two African American men who own the deed. One of the biggest and largest sports book. Mark Wahlberg be down there all the time. Okay. I can hear the music from the casino if I open my window. Fireworks show. Just stand outside. I'm right behind the Circa. Not to give you my address, because ain't none of y'all come to see me. Okay? But just to give you a perspective of where I am and what I'm doing and why I'm doing this. It's just, I kind of like it. It gives me a lane to share my thoughts, fuzz, without being disrespectful to anyone. I don't intend to offend or anything like that. I just want to, have my little voice out there, leave my little mark on society and on history. So I thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like the video. And if you want to donate, all that information is available in there for you. I love you guys. All of you. I love you guys. Even the haters. I love you too. Because the book said I have to. And I don't have no hate in my heart for no one. We just misunderstood. It's just a misunderstanding. What is that? Misinformation. Fake news. How about that? You guys try to enjoy your Thanksgiving. Show love. Everybody's upset. But at least be the peace in somebody's life. You wonder why sometimes folks don't want to come over and see you, don't want to talk to you, because you always fussing and frustrated. You got something going on, yeah. We all got something going on, but we got to cream rises to the top, okay? If I'm the cream of the crop, I got to rise to the top sometime. And let these folks that just want to talk and be seen and be known and, let them talk. They in the same situation. If you doing so much better than me, what you doing down here on YouTube? Why come you ain't on the mainstream media? How about that? Huh? You know so much and you so educated and you can articulate your words so profound and carry on great dialogue. You know what I'm saying? You got the numbers, you got the statistics, your history. How come you down here on YouTube streets with me? Huh? Think about that. Process that. You ain't trying to help nobody. You don't want to help nobody. You just want to flex. They do that at the gym. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. TG gonna be all right. I just had to put that out there, okay? You guys be good. I'll see you next time. If I'm not here on Monday, the following, because Monday the internet is going to be hot with the sales, but you never can tell. Be looking in the community page, okay? And I will be announcing when we're going to have our next show. And then we're probably going to have some guests. I'm going to send out the invite and we'll have some guests on here. And we'll talk about, what everybody had for Thanksgiving and some more sports. Because they got a games that's going to be played this weekend. So we'll see. I love you.